Another thing I want to talk about just in a little detail is the size. How big are these files going to be? Typical SofTutor product. Um, Typical SofTutor product, or a typical conversion of a 4-day class will give you about 130 or so 3-minute videos, and those will take up about 1 to 1.5 gig of disk storage space. Again, it all depends on how fast the frame rate is, how high you're recording the audio, and are you using RLE for 256 colors, or are you using Video 1 for more colors, for 16-bit, 32-bit, 24-bit colors. The higher the video, the faster the speed, the higher the audio, the more disk space these files will take up. As you get, generally what we recommend is as you start recording these files, I'll just go to a place where my files are actually. As you start recording these files, send us FTP or email us an example just for us to check to make sure that we're not going to have any trouble. But here are the ones that I've been recording today. This is the one that's higher colors, and you can see it's substantially larger. So you might need several gig. Again, you can copy these to a CD-ROM. You can burn them to a CD-ROM and FedEx them to us. You can zip them and FTP them to us. And this file will zip down to be a relatively small file. When we convert the files to streaming format, in this case we use WMV, this example, let me show you just not to scare you, FileBro or File Browser converted from 223 meg down to 940 KB. So that's one of the reasons why we like to process the files here, so we can squeeze these down. The resolution between these two files, if you watch both of these, the difference is very negligible. So again, this is actually a Photoshop product that was done by Georgia Cobb. But if you look at these two products, the streaming version and the AVI version, they're relatively the same quality. So you can zip them. You can send us a zip disk. If you have a DVD burner, you can burn these on a DVD and send them to us. You can FTP them, basically. But don't be scared about the file sizes, because the file sizes are going to be really large. But when we convert them into streaming format, they're going to be a lot smaller. So raw video-wise, maybe 650 meg if you're using RLE. If you're using Video 1, it might be 1 to 2 gig. But when we recompress these to stream back, a 4.5-day class is maybe 65 meg. So it gets in a relatively small area. Again, okay, so you need to make sure that you got probably about a gig of free disk space, and then you want to look at the video that I just recorded to teach you how to defrag your hard drive. Again, disk space is incredibly cheap right now. You can probably buy 80 gig hard drive, which I believe is what we have on here, for about $300. You can buy a 40 gig hard drive for probably $149. And one of the things we use here is FireWire. And FireWire, basically, it's just a plug. You plug it into the computer, and you can plug, I think, 75 or 80 hard drives in through FireWire. It's really fast. It's almost as fast as the bus that the normal hard drives are on. Or there's the thing called USB 2, which is another fast protocol, and you can just plug hard drives into your computer without having to take them apart. If you're using USB 1, what you'll want to do is copy it to the hard drive first, and then copy it to another drive that's on USB 1, because that's a very slow connection. Or you can actually sometimes record these and then copy them to a network server. So again, the size of the files is going to be relatively large when you're recording them, but after we convert them, we can compress, in this one example I just showed you, about a 250 to 1 compression ratio without losing very much quality. Okay? So you're going to need a lot of disk space when you create these products, but we'll be able to convert them into a smaller amount of disk space. Okay? Thank you very much.